if you're thinking about taking on a Parent Plus student loan, or perhaps you already have one, then this information could be very important for you to understand before you go any further. And it's one of the most misunderstood areas of federal student loan law. I'm Anthony Perano. I'm a federal court attorney, and I work with student loan cases nationwide. Let me explain to you what's not a matter of opinion, but a matter of federal law. On the surface, the Parent Plus loans look very simple. A student needs more money for school, the parent steps in, the family moves forward. But structurally, Parent Plus loans were written differently from the beginning, and that difference is what matters. Under federal law, the Parent Plus loans are created under statute, which governs Parent Plus lending. And from the start, Congress decided that they would treat the loans differently from the standard direct student loans, meaning directly to the student. So, because it's a Parent Plus loan, obviously that means the borrower is not the student, it's the parent. So we've got to understand that first. Very simple, but important to understand. Legally, this distinction has a lot of consequences. Many of the income-driven repayment plans out there that people hear about that were created under the statute were not originally designed with Parent Plus borrowers in mind. That's why Parent Plus loans often come with fewer repayment pathways, less built-in flexibility, more long-term responsibility on the parent, and all that flows from how the statute was written. And here's what many families don't see at the very beginning. The Parent Plus loans usually don't feel heavy at first. They feel significant later, after graduation, closer to retirement, when income flexibility is smaller. And this is where the financial reality becomes very personal. Because when the Parent Plus loan balance is still there later in life, it just doesn't sit there on paper. It can affect your retirement timing, your income flexibility, long-term financial stability, and how you pay your grocery bill. So, legally, remember, it's not the student's obligation, it's the parents'. And here's what makes people upset, and many people don't realize that even though the Parent Plus loans are restrictive, they still sit inside the federal direct student loan system, which means they're governed by federal regulations and they're not going away. So if this sounds a little frightening to you, well, there's good news. It depends on how you handle the loans, and it depends on what strategic movements you make. So we don't have to think emotionally. We need to think strategically, because the structure is what creates consequences, and structure is what creates options. So what can you do? There are federal sequencing strategies, there are regulatory pathways, and in some cases legal remedies that can materially change the outcome. But those options depend upon timing, understanding of the law, and strategy, and these particular loans. If you need my help understanding where you stand, click my profile or visit PeranoLaw.com. You can book a one-on-one strategy session. I've been doing this for 35 years. Stay with me for honest, accurate, and truthful advice based strictly on the law, and I'll see you soon.